In that regard, Mr. Yancey, I want to go back to that same question. What do you see evolving as new trends for entrepreneurs that mitigate those risk elements that increase the probability of success and, again, can provide a broader template, as we're discussing this, for SCORE to work with, or so that we could precisely identify real opportunities that are emerging that have strong probability of success?
I'd like to follow up with a couple of my questions that I had from earlier. Mr. Carroll, obviously you've been an outstanding champion in our community, and I kind of like to brag on what Advantage West has done in our communities, and so I'd like you to share some of the ideas that you've had in form of a question, but tell us more specifically how you've been able to organize a community. Your organization has helped implement economic growth strategies for the rural areas. The western part of North Carolina is a very rural area. We have 3 counties that have less than 10,000 people in population. It seems that one of the principles for Advantage West is using resources partnerships at its greatest extent possible. Can you outline to the committee why it's particularly important in rural areas to have these outlining groups to come in to help you and to organize and to promote entrepreneurship throughout the region?
Thank you. I'll briefly summarize what I mentioned earlier. In a 23-county area like the Advantage West region, it's roughly the size of the state of Maryland. But due to the presence of, thankfully, of both national and state parks in that landscape, our geography is a beautiful geography, but our population is just not that dense. We very much, when you get outside of Asheville and Hendersonville, we reflect a landscape that would be representative of rural America. And so the leadership teams that are required to go through prerequisite training through the Center for Rural Entrepreneurship, RUPRI as it's called, are crucial to these very rural and small communities, as you described, Chairman Schuler. And we're excited about the momentum of the program. The 14 leadership teams include 12 countywide programs. The Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indian has developed a leadership team, and the most recent team to complete training was the town of Black Mountain, a very small, quaint little municipality. Each of these leadership teams have in common that they represent a cross-section of people in their given community. There are elected officials. There are people from the financial community, local business owners. We've made it a requirement that entrepreneurs be seated as members of each leadership team as they go through the Certified Entrepreneurial Community checklist and meet all of their requirements. And I tend to believe that when you make progress, whether it's rural or urban America, generally people follow leadership, and they follow a sound plan and strategy. And I know that sounds like I'm oversimplifying something that can be very challenging, but in essence, that's what this Certified Entrepreneurial Community Program is all about. It's putting some structure in place at the grassroots level. It's getting the right leaders in behind that structure, and then requesting that resources like the group that I'm here with on the panel today be a part of that Certified Entrepreneurial Community effort so that we can deliver those programs and services more efficiently in, again, very rural communities.
How has the program working with our panel here today? I mean, describe some of the relationships and how it's worked and some of the benefits that the entrepreneurs receive from that.
Well, we're off to a very good start in that our 23-county area, we have a regional presence of SBA in Asheville, our urban center. And then for the rest of the region, again, that is so rural, we have SBTDC offices, one based at West Carolina University, the Western Carolina University campus in southwestern North Carolina. We have an office of SBTDC at Appalachian State University in Boone. All that football publicity, people know where Boone is now, Appalachian State University. That's right. You're right, Congressman Fortenberry. I believe they do. And in Asheville, a relationship with one of our financial institutions, Bank of America, has provided some of their space for an SBTDC office in Asheville. And then in the Hickory MSA, between Asheville and Charlotte, that part of the foothill counties, we have the 4th SBTDC office in the region. Those SBTDC offices are beginning to work with us. You have to keep in mind that the Certified Entrepreneurial Community Program was just designed and launched in 2007. And as the communities begin to go through the checklist, the SBTDC field personnel are working with those local leadership teams, again, because there's a requirement that the leadership teams reach out to them. We think that over time we'll pick up some economies of scale this way, and it will get that technical assistance and access to capital to entrepreneurs, not to say that they could not have gotten it otherwise. I believe in many cases they could. This will be a more structured and a more efficient way to deliver it through the 14 different communities that are participating.